we got a good one for you today, boys. I'm getting to ride a Harley Lowrider S for the first time, and not only is it a Lowrider S, it is the Stage 2 kit, so I am stoked to see what it's all about. Take my money! Perfect! Welcome back to Life of Birch. This is Birch, and I am still here at the Harley Demo Ride Day here at Harley in Baltimore, and I have wanted one of these bikes for the longest time. Ooh, that sounds good. So yeah, I am stoked to see what it's all about. This is the one that I've been, I don't want to say most excited about. Thank you. I don't want to say most excited about. I was most excited about the Sportster S, but this bike has been on my radar for a long time. Just from sitting on it right off the bat, it is super comfy. Seating position is great. I feel like my hands are at the perfect position. This is looking promising already. Let's get the visor down, and we're good to go. Got my guy here on the Sportster S. Make sure to check out the video that I did riding the Sportster S. I was actually a little disappointed by it. I'll let the video do the talking though. All right, clutch pull is a little stiff on this bike, but that's to be expected. Let's see what she's got. Oh yeah, I can say already I could see myself owning one of these. Right off the bat, I love the power delivery of this bike. You can tell it has a lot of power. As I have to get through that light, I think they stopped. I would have just gone because we're on a group ride. Oh, we have to pull over for these people. All right, well, now that there's not wind, I guess it's easy to give some thoughts. So right off the bat, it is super comfy. The seat's comfortable. The seating position is comfortable. The handlebar height is comfortable. The power delivery is great. You can tell it has a lot of power, but it's not overpowering, if that makes sense. The power is definitely there, but it's not like jarring or anything like that. It's not twitchy. Has a Stage 2 kit. I guess it's just a cam upgrade. I don't know what else it is. You can feel like the whoop, 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 whoop of the motor. It's a heavy bike, so it's nice and planted, but I mean, just sitting on it and sitting it up, it doesn't feel like a behemoth by any means. Anyway, I know this is not what you guys want to see. We're waiting for those people that got stuck at the light, so let's wait for them and then we'll get back on it.
A few moments later.
Oh, it sounds so good too. It's not super loud, not overpowering, but has a nice tone to it. They're talking about, oh, we need to see Birch on a Harley. This will be the one. We're only a couple minutes into the ride, and I'm already gonna say, if you guys have a good deal on one of these and you're selling one, hit me up. This thing is sick. It's like bare bones, but still has everything you need to read out right there. I gotta say, I love the color too. I didn't notice the metal flake in it before, but now you can see the sun hitting the metal flake, looking so good. Oh, and it actually has a tachometer. It took me until right now to realize that. That was one of my biggest complaints with the Street Bob when I rode that. You can tell that this one is definitely more performance based and that one's more like comfort based, I guess. This feels like a muscle car and that feels like a couch. Kind of weird again how it has the turn signals on, you know, the left over here, the right over here. I'm used to both of them being on this side, but I can get used to that. I'm assuming it has the self-canceling turn signals, which is a great plus for me because I am always leaving my turn signals on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for how heavy this thing is, it eats up turns. Let's freaking go, dude. Oh yeah. Dude, oh my gosh. Where do I sign the papers? Take my money! Yeah, I definitely hit rev limiter there. I'm not used to a bike winding out to 5,000 RPM instead of like 9,000 RPM, but this is great. It's not like death-defying power by any means. This is just like so like smooth and planted. This is like something I could get and not only do hooligan stuff on it, but also take like a 5-hour trip on it without blinking an eye. This right here is speaking to my soul. When I rode the Street Bob up there, I was saying that like, yeah, it's a nice bike, but it's not speaking to my soul. It's not waking me up, and that's exactly what this bike is doing. Out of all the bikes I've ridden today, this is my favorite. If anybody wants to get me a present, this is it. Hit that bump and ate it up like it was frickin' McDonald's, my guy. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. Is it legal to marry a bike? Because I would. All right, let's come to a stop up here. I don't think I focused on finding neutral before, so let's see what it's like. Boom, dude, first time, clicking into neutral, first try. I thought everybody said that Harleys are hard to find neutral. I will say only downside, the clutch pull is super heavy. Obviously that's to be expected when I have the slipper clutch on the Rebel 1100. This is just something that happens with Harleys, heavy clutch pull. Couldn't see myself taking this thing in stop and go traffic or anything, but a road trip, some wheelies, cruising with the lady on the back to go get a nice steak dinner, count me in. The brakes are really good on this thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Some of the bikes that I reviewed today, the whole video was me just saying how boring it was and how it wasn't for me. This bike, this is for me. Oh yeah, the power's there. Oh my gosh. Dude, I am not going to want to give this bike back. I don't even know what to say about it other than how much I love it. The mirrors seem to be in an okay position. Even as I readjust them, they're kind of on my shoulder. Oh, we're going. Anyway, the mirrors are okay, kind of pointed at my shoulder, and if they're not pointed at my shoulder, they're pointed like next to me instead of behind me. Who cares? The bike is freaking sick. If that's the one thing I'm noticing, I really don't care. Eats up that bump like it's nothing. I bounced off the seat on the Sportster when I did that. Not really bounced off the seat, but just like felt uncomfortable. But this thing just eats it up, dude. I freaking love this. It is... The shifts are nice and crisp. Oh my gosh, dude. This is bad. See, I almost didn't wait around to test ride this one, and I'm glad I did, because this is gonna be my next big boy purchase. Oh, baby. Oh my gosh, dude. I keep just like getting on it and letting off just to like feel it. Got some railroad tracks coming up here, which I'm sure it will handle just fine. We're going nice and slow anyway to give them some time to catch up, it looks like. Has enough power that as we went over the train tracks, my wrist got jarred a little bit and it did kind of like buck. See, that's what I want. Oh my gosh, yes, dude. This bike is exactly what I want. Oh yes, the sound through that little overpass thing. Oh my gosh, I love this bike. I love this bike, I love this bike, I love this bike. And you know, I gotta say, sitting here at the red light, I don't feel any heat coming off the motor. On the Street Bob, I felt a lot of heat coming off the motor because it's air cooled, and I don't feel that right now. This bike is just like the best of everything. Oh, I thought he was waving. Oops. I will say that just from this short ride, my fingers on my left hand are getting a little bit tired from pulling the clutch. I gotta get away from this guy with the speakers because he's gonna get me copyrighted. Anyway, the clutch does pull hard enough that my fingers are getting a little bit tired, but I've also done this same lap 4 other times today on different bikes, so it's not like I'm just like on a trip or whatever. Like, I've been doing essentially stop and go around town stuff on 4 different bikes today after riding my Rebel all the way here, so it kind of makes sense. But also, again, I love this bike so much that I really don't even care. Is this a gas cap? Does it have 2 gas caps? Do you fill it in on both sides? What's happening? Is one of them fake? I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments. I should know this, but I don't. Oh my gosh, dude. That GMC SUV was just shredding. Let's listen to it. Oh, it sounds so good. Alright, clunk it down into first gear and let's get some. So smooth on the takeoff. Oh my gosh, dude. I just want one so bad. It's unreal, honestly, how much I love this bike. Oh my gosh, I love it. Alright, this turn up here going onto the highway that the dealership is on is where I power wheelied the Pan America, getting on it in first gear. So, shameless plug, go check that out. But we'll get on it here on the Lowrider and see how she does. I don't know if the dude on the Sportster S was getting on it all the way, but that's supposed to be their new like performance bike, and the Lowrider was keeping up with it. This thing rips. I freaking love this bike. Alright, we're pulling back into the dealership now, and I guess I'll give you guys my overall impressions of the bike, even though I'm sure you already know what the frick is going on. I love this bike. This is my favorite bike that I've ridden all day. I don't want to say I would trade in my Rebel 1100 for this, but if I were to get rid of the 1100, this is what I would get. This bike is everything that I want. It's heavy enough to stay nice and planted, but still light enough that it handles great, and low speed maneuvers aren't a pain. The clutch pull is a little bit hard. I will say that that's probably my least favorite thing about it. The mirrors are a little bit hard to see out of, but honestly, if that's my biggest gripe, then whatever. Honestly, this bike, if I ever get a Harley, it would be this. This bike is everything. This is what I need. I wouldn't get that color. I would get the black with the like gold wheels or whatever, but it's so sick. Has a 114 motor, stage 2. The seat was comfy. The ride was comfy. It was super planted. I freaking... Oh, is this guy stealing my bike? Dude, that's my bike. It looks so good. It rides so well. Needless to say, that's my favorite bike I've ridden all day, so we're gonna end it on a high note, and I'm done test rides. There he goes, riding off into the sunset. I freaking love the Lowrider S. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to check out all my other ride videos from today. Check out the channel if you haven't already, since I don't do Harley stuff. It might be your first time finding it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, all the other YouTuber stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.